All right, next let's look at 3.2, representations of proportional relationships. So we've got two ways to represent a situation here. One with a description and two with an equation. So let's start with the description. Jada and Noah counted the number of steps they took to walk a set distance. To walk the same distance, Jada took 8 steps, Noah took 10 steps. Then they kept on counting and they found that when Noah took 15 steps, Jada took 12 steps. A second way to represent that is with an equation. So we're going to let x represent the number of steps that Jada takes, and we're going to let y represent the number of steps that Noah takes. So there's a couple different equations we could use here. They're going to use y equals 5/4 x. Let's just make sure we understand how they got that. So remember, our question is always for each x, how many y's? So if y is going to be the number of steps Noah takes, well, I could use these two values first, 10 over 8x, or I could also use these two values, y equals 15 over 12x. All of these, you'll see, will reduce to 5/4. 10 over 8, 5/4. 15 over 12 is also 5/4. So part A then says, let's create a table that represents this situation with at least 3 pairs of values. So I'm going to make an XY table, XY, and we're going to make a vertical column here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 3 values that I've already given. Now remember that x is going to be Jada, y is going to be Noah. So I'm going to put a J and an N up here just to remind me. So I know Jada took 8 steps for every 10 that Noah took. I also know that Noah took 15 steps, Jada took 12 steps. These are both from my description. My equation also has a relationship here. I know that for every 4 steps that Jada takes, Noah is going to take 5. So here's my table. My steps for Jada are the x values, 8, 12, and 4. My steps for Noah are the y values, 10, 15, and 5. Next, it says to graph this relationship. So on the next page, I'm going to graph this relationship and I'm going to label the axes. So let's make our table again over here so we can reference it. So I have x, y. And this time I'm going to put them in numerical order. So I know, remember that, let me zoom back out here, Jada is the x value, which is going to go 8, 12, 4. So I'm going to go 4, 8, 12. And this is Jada, and Noah is the y value, and Noah is going to go 5, 10, 15. So let's label our axes here. So this is my x-axis. This is going to be Jada. Jada's steps. And my y-axis is going to be Noah's steps. Now, because my values are pretty low, I can choose a simple scale. I can typically go by ones, and if you're not sure, you want to look at your greatest value and make sure that your graph has enough grid marks or grid lines to show that greatest value. So my greatest value is 15. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This one goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 as well. So I don't have enough for 15. However, because this is going to be a proportional relationship, right? If they're starting at 0, 0, I know they would have taken 0 steps. So I'm going to put a point at 0, 0. Then I'm going to go over 4, 5. So right 4, up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to put another point at 8, 10. So here's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, up to 5, and then up 5 more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there I've got plenty of points to make my line, so I'm going to get my straight edge and rotate it until I can make my line. And also, guys, feel free to change this playback speed of the video if I'm going too slow for you, because I know obviously I'm not feeling 100%. So you can always change the playback speed. So there's my line, which represents the relationship between Jada's steps and Noah's steps. Part C says, can you see or calculate the constant of proportionality in each representation? Well, that constant of proportionality, this has a couple of different names. The constant of proportionality is also the rate of change in a proportional relationship. It is also the slope. Not slope. There we go, slope. So, how can we see or calculate the constant of proportionality in each representation? The way we would do that is to, one, we would find the slope. And then it's asking, what does it mean? What it means is it's describing the relationship between x and y. Another way of putting that is the relationship between Jada and Noah. Because remember, Jada is my x value, Noah is my y values. All right, then take a look at D. See if you can answer D on your own, and then we'll review it when we get back.